Hello and welcome back to another video brought to you by Truth About Training. Today we're going to look at how we can build a bridge to help you get your fitness goals. And by bridge, I mean the glute bridge. So let's get into it. So the glute bridge is a great exercise to help train the hip extensors without the use of lots of external resistance. The main hip extensor is the gluteus maximus, with the hamstrings also playing a role in hip extension when the knee is in a locked position, seen easily in the Romanian deadlift when the knee is extended and the hamstrings contract to perform hip extension. Hip extension is a strong component to sports and recreational activity, as well as everyday activities such as walking. So now let's take a look at what a good glute bridge should look like. This is a simple exercise that needs no equipment. To begin with, laying your back face up with your arms down by your side and your knees bent to roughly 90 degrees. Make sure you keep your feet flat on the floor during the whole movement. Push your hips up off the ground until your knees, hips and shoulders all in one straight line, making sure that your upper back and head stay in contact with the ground at all times. You want to make sure you squeeze those glutes and keep your core engaged so that your spine doesn't break into any flexion or extension during the movement. Hold the bridge for a couple of seconds before slowly coming back down to about 90 degrees. Can sometimes cause people to experience cramp within their hamstrings during movement. This restricts them from getting the best benefit of this exercise. If this is something that you experience, then opening the knee angle to about 120 to 135 degrees can minimise hamstring activation but maintain gluteal activation. It's worth noting though that if you are to do this, it can benefit you to add in some extra isolated hamstring exercises, then that way you won't get an imbalance between the hamstrings and gluteals. So if you're someone who struggles to activate the gluteal muscles during this exercise, then performing and engaging in an external rotation cue can be beneficial. This external rotation cue can come from something like using a TheraBand wrapped around your legs just above the knee. Now this band will actively try to pull your knees inwards. By actively pulling your knees inwards, your gluteals will have to activate to produce external rotation, which will start to make them fire. By having them already engaged and firing, then performing the movements should hopefully allow you to feel them being used more during the exercise. So once you feel comfortable and confident performing the glute bridge, we can look to increase its difficulty. Now, you may not always have weights lying around at home and you want to increase this difficulty without weights. How can we do that? Well, we can turn it into a unilateral exercise by performing a single leg glute bridge. The same key points go for this, but here we're going to have one leg fully extended in front of us with the other leg bent to 90 degrees performing the work. This single leg glute bridge will increase the workload on the gluteal muscle that is working, while also performing isometric work on the leg that is extended in front of you. Due to the unstable nature of the exercise, there is an also increased isometric workload on the core muscles and the hip abductors. I'm sure you may also know of some other variations of the glute bridge, but during my research I couldn't quite find any papers on them, so I haven't included them in this video because I want to bring the science to you guys so that you can trust the exercises that you're performing. I'll keep you up to date though and keep looking, and if anything new does appear, I'll make sure to add it to my Instagram channel or even create a future video on it. And with that, it's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this is something that you incorporate into your training session. Make sure to keep me and Theo updated with how you're doing, and as always, leave a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I'll see you in the next video.